Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Sean Oz and this is the World of Oz, where I like to share with you my adventures with drones, action cameras, 360 cameras, and everything in between. In today's video, I have the Mavic Air 2 and we are going to compare it to the original Mavic Pro. Now you might be asking, why in the world would we even care about the original Mavic Pro when the Mavic Air 2 has come so far? The original Mavic Pro used Occusync 1.0 and the Mavic Air 2 is now using Occusync 2.0, or as some seem to think, it's actually Occusync like 2.2 or 2.5. If we take it out that way, up over the water, and try to get to that island way over there, which is right about 2 miles away. How strong does the signal stay in either of these drones, Occusync 1.0 versus Occusync 2.0, and to see if there's been a huge upgrade in Occusync with that signal strength. Now keep in mind, the original Mavic uses the Go 4 app and the new Mavic Air 2 uses the Fly app. This has been a test that I've actually been wanting to do for the last few weeks, but it's either one, snowed on me, two, had winds that were over 30 miles per hour every single time that I've had off to be able to do this test, or it's been raining. Hopefully today we can get out there and get back without losing anything in the water, because yeah, we never want to lose our drones in the water. Don't necessarily try this from home. We're going to be going out close to 2 miles, about 12,000 feet, give or take, or we hope to. As I said earlier, distance is not really what we're testing. We're testing signal strength. This is just one of the easier ways for me to be able to test that. We are flying over water. We are not flying over people. We are not flying over vehicles. There is nothing up there. So if we have any issues, it's just going to drop into the water, or land in the water, and I'm just out of drone. We're going to start with the Mavic Air 2. We already know that it can make it to this island because if you haven't already seen it, I did a video of the Mavic Air 1 versus the Mavic Air 2, and you can check this card here to go check it out. So I expect this to be a much closer test between these two drones than in that video right there. This location I'm at is where we're holding SPINDOWN 2020, which is a meetup event for YouTubers, drone enthusiasts, action camera enthusiasts, 360 camera enthusiasts, just enthusiasts of all of this stuff combined. It's going to be September 26th on a Saturday. All this information is going to be coming soon in a standalone video, so you guys can hopefully come join us here in this gorgeous, gorgeous location. Let's go ahead and slide the phone on into this controller. One of the nice things about this controller is I can leave my case on and just boom, that quick. So I am using a Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. Turn on our drone and our controller. With all DJI drones, it is a double tap and then they start. Right now we are in camera mode, so we're going to click the top right over here, switch it over to video. We're going to switch it down to 1080. If you guys want to see the capabilities of the Mavic Air 2 in 4K at 60 frames a second, let me know in the comments below, and I'll come out and specifically go film a bunch of stuff in 4K 60 just for you guys. Let's leave it in normal, and we're going to go ahead and take off. Let's hit record. And there we are. And as always over water, let's point it and go. We seem to have plenty of satellites. Battery's fully charged. It says we have 29 minutes. Let's do this. This is a beautiful place, and it always trips me out whenever we're flying out over the water. I'm going to go up a little higher, and we're going to go ahead and get up to about 100 feet above where I am. And it's a beautiful blue, clear sky. I can see that thing like it's nothing right now. Wow. 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 We are already at about 2,000 feet away. This sun glaring right in my face definitely makes it a little harder to see my screen. So far we look like we have a nice solid connection. Everything is going as planned, and that's a good thing. We don't like it when things go not as planned. I guess while we're flying out there, I can tell you a little bit more about SPINDOWN, and maybe I'll tell you a little about SPINUP as time allows also. SPINDOWN is a meetup of a lot of us into drones, action cameras, 360. Whoa, that was weird. I just saw our signal completely go away. I definitely suggest taking a little more time setting up your drone, making sure your return to home and all that good stuff is set the way it needs to be. We're at 4,000 feet and my signal keeps flashing red. That's new to me. I haven't seen that. We've dropped 1 bar, but the red thing is what I'm talking about. Seems to be okay though, so I'm not quite sure why we keep getting that red flashing signal up there. When you're over water, just flying straight like this, it's pretty boring. There is not a lot of movement. There's not a lot of stuff happening when you're high up over something like that and you're just flying straight. You really get to see the movement and stuff when you start panning and going left to right like this. See how I'm yawing left? I mean, it's beautiful. There's that island right there. I can see it right there. So we are already over to the island. We got a pretty good connection at 8,000 feet. And my goal is this island. So we're gonna see if we can hopefully keep control of the drone, go around this island, and then bring it back. Oh, that's such a beautiful shot though, isn't it? Let's turn the gimbal down just a little bit. There we go. Oh, all at the same time. You see that? Gimbal tilt. We're gonna go up and right on the strafe. Oh man. Man, oh man, that is a beautiful shot. I sort of want to stop and turn it into HDR mode and see the difference. Let's pan down nice and slow here. Look at that. Oh. At the same time, let's do this at the same time we're panning. A little quick, but it looks nice. Keeping that in the center. And poof. We're going to follow the shoreline. Alright, so we're going to head over here. So with the zoom, it's sort of cool because you could zoom in from way far away and sort of check where you're at. So you can tap right here. You can tap that and you can see your battery voltages. Everything looks okay. I don't understand why people think that's a great way to be able to check your battery time so well. I personally don't think it's so great for that. I like the slider on the Go 4, which I'll point out to you here shortly. So we did make it out to 12,000 feet, and we are over some peninsulas and islands and things like that, and we still have a great signal at 12,000 feet. Pretty impressive. Let's go ahead and pan up a little, and we'll just fly around some of this stuff, get a couple of cool shots, and then work our way back. As you can tell, I'm pretty comfortable with the Mavic Air 2, even with that weird flashing that I keep getting. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and we're going to go ahead and put it in HDR mode for the way back. Alright, so now it's in HDR mode, same settings, and see if there's any difference. You guys let me know in the comments below if you see any major difference between the video you were just watching and the video you're watching now. And we're going to go ahead and hit 13,000 feet. I cannot believe that it's actually not getting any breakup at all. I'm still a little worried about that red connection thing flashing there, but we really seem to have no problem. I'm not getting any breakup at all. We just hit 14,000 feet. That's pretty incredible. That's like climbing like from sea level to the top of one of these mountains over here. That's how tall these mountains around me are. Some of these are 14,000 feet. It's pretty incredible. Let's go ahead and loop around these little tiny islands, and then we'll come back. So we're gonna go for 15. We're gonna go for 15,000 feet. I feel like I could probably cross this entire lake and land it on the other side. That might be worth a video on its own to see if I have somebody over there and I just bring it over to them and land it over to them. That would be pretty crazy. I'm still really not seeing any breakup here, guys. It's pretty incredible. I'm gonna go ahead and start doing a pan around this island. Notice at the bottom of the screen, you got that little dot with a directional thing. That sort of shows you where you should point your controller to get the best signal for your drone. So you see as I move it around, it shows where the drone is. We hit 16,000 feet, guys, and so I am bringing it back. And as you can see in the top right, it's really hard to tell what the battery's at right now, just at a glance. With my fingers on the controllers, it is such a pain to see where the battery is at. I really don't like that, and I hope that DJI updates it to incorporate the slider from the Go 4 app, because it is so cool being able to just look down and see how much battery you got left, instead of having to tap it like this. And from what I can tell, see, that just shows me my cells. That doesn't show me how much battery is left. I've been flying for 10 minutes. So I should have 17 minutes left. So I should have plenty of battery to be able to get back. And you can open your map and sort of see where you're at. See, I was almost all the way to Frisco. You can see there's no fly zone over there. That's because there's a helicopter landing pad at a hospital. So we don't want to go there. We are pointed directly back to us, flying back over the islands that I can see right there. If you look up, you can just barely see a dot. That's me. That's me way over there. So what did we get? 16.5, 17, right around there with no breakup this entire time. You know, make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm gonna actually take some of the shots and we'll make like a quick little 30-second, 1-minute video at the very end how I could use these shots. Gotta cut your stuff up. You gotta put it to music. You gotta do something that makes it more interesting. Just playing a 20-minute drone video of someone flying over stuff with all the zigzags and the blah, blah, blah like this, that's no good. You can actually take some kayaks out on the water and go to most of these little islands. Hopefully we don't have any hawks living on these islands or an eagle. That would suck. So let's slide that gimbal back up. And hopefully we will have just enough sunlight to get the Mavic Pro up and get this video comparison done for you guys. If it's, actually, why would I even say that? Because guess what? If I said that, that means we've already finished the video and I've recorded everything I need. So you're watching it already. So of course I get the Mavic Pro up. Some of you do come to SPINDOWN and we have time and you want to fly around those islands. There's a spot to park right over there on the road and you can be out like 500 feet and fly all around those islands. That might make you a lot more comfortable than flying here over a big open lake. 6,000 feet left to go and we'll be back safely on land. We should have plenty of battery, I hope. It's very hard to tell. Looks like we have 10 minutes to get back. So we're not going to do anything but keep heading straight. And this is the part that I always start to get a little skittish about because it still looks like it has so far to go. So getting back to SPINDOWN, it is the after event to Spin Up. Spin Up is an event that's going to be hosted virtual this year. Normally it's held in Austin, Texas, and it's a meetup that has speakers that come out and speak about the drone industry, speak about YouTube, speak about Instagram, speak about different cameras, and teach people things about all that stuff. This year, Ready Set Drone's going to be hosting it virtually through his YouTube channel for everyone, and there'll be different tiers. He's giving away a ton of prizes from DJI as well as other drone companies. And there we are right there at the point. I can see us right there. That's us. And you notice over here, there is a countdown timer to when the battery runs out. Notice as we're getting closer to us, it's actually going up. It was 9 minutes a second ago, and now it is at 10 minutes and 18, 10:21. That's because we're closer to our destination, so we have more time because we're close to ourselves. Does that make sense? I don't think that works as good as the slider, but it is some way to be able to use the battery with a quick glance. We're going to start bringing it down in elevation. Let me show you where we're at. That pavilion right there, right in the center of the screen, that little brown building, that is where we're going to host SPINDOWN. So you can see me right there. I'm actually down at the corner here. I'll show you where I'm at. There we go. We're going to go right over here. And boom. Hello, everybody. That's me. See that big grass patch right there? I'm going to go ahead and show you. And that pavilion behind me, this is where we're going to meet up, right there. Right there. We've rented it out. Cost us quite a bit of money. That's why there's a small fee, so we can hopefully recoup that. And with the other drone, if there's time, I will show you the where the motel is. I'm going to land this. And if you don't already hand catch these, check out this link right there where I show you how to do this and how to do it safely. It's really easy to hand catch and hand launch DJI drones. Now, as I set up the Mavic Pro original, it has been quite some time since I've taken this thing off the shelf. We've got the Go 4 app going. Let me hit screen record on that. You can see right away the big difference between this app and the other app. You've got a slider on the top. This is what I keep talking about. If you can see where I'm pointing with my finger here, and it slides down as you are losing battery power. It's really easy to quickly look and go, oh, that's where I'm at, and that's how long I have till I should be back. It just works better, in my opinion, than the Fly Apps version of that white on white. You've got all the same things. You can see your signal strength and everything on the top. You've got your histogram. Well, I've got my histogram. Your maps are here. We're gonna go ahead and put the thumbsticks together. God, it's been a while. Ooh, all right. For this test, we're gonna go ahead and leave it in auto. We're gonna go ahead and hit record. Height is 51. We're gonna go up to 100. Everything seems to be flying good. We've got 94% battery, so let's go. Come on, original Mavic Pro, don't let me down. I know I can get close to 20-minute flight time. So you can see it says 22 minutes and 14 seconds. So by the time this thing hits about 9 minutes from now, when we have about 12 minutes left, I'll turn around no matter where we're actually at. I know the flight time is not near as long on this as it is on the new Mavic Air 2. So we're not gonna push it. We're just gonna see how it does, give or take, when we get to that 9,000, 10,000 feet area, if we even go that far. Right now we're already at 1,500 feet, so it's moving along pretty quick. Mountaintop you see right over there, that's peak 1. You keep going down to the left, you get peak 2, 3, 4, that's the 10-mile range, which is where Breckenridge Ski Resort is. Going pretty good, we're already at 2,000 feet, and our connection seems to be fine. The easiest way to test your connection is just throwing a little yaw left and right. And if you see that breakup, well, then you know your connection's not doing so great. Now, another cool thing that I'm hoping to do at SPINDOWN is to have a couple of very informal classes. Nothing fancy like what we do at Spin Up, but a couple of hands-on classes. I want to do a demo of the Skydio 2 drone with the tracking with the beacon, or the wand as some call it, as well as using the remote and how we can fly through trees, because there's some patches of trees right over there, and I can show you how incredible the Skydio 2 is. I will be doing that, and I'm also personally going to be doing a sort of hands-on informal class using 360 cameras. Now we are already at 5,000 feet, and you notice the slider has that counter and it's moved. So at a quick glance, I can see by this yellow dot here, it's gonna come to home, and that's gonna change. You're gonna see that move as I get further away. That's gonna move on the slider. Notice how that's moving to the right as I get further away. And that tells you, hey, you better start turning around and getting back closer to yourself at that point, if not a little before. And that, my friends, is what we need to ask DJI for on the Fly app. I forgot that on this original Mavic, you actually have to, signal adjust antenna. Let's see, weak transmit, is that? We got that already at 6,000 feet, but I'm not seeing any breakup. So I've adjusted my antenna. I'm pointing it now directly more towards the drone. That's not something you seem to have to do so much with the new Mavic Air 2. The battery time on the Mavic Air 2 is pretty incredible as well. I don't think I could go as far with this even if it allows me to, because I think the battery would run out over the water before I could get it back to myself. And that's not something I am willing to try. I keep getting the weak image warning anytime I turn the controller sort of like this, because the drone is over here. That is a cool thing about the new Fly app, is in the bottom you can sort of see where you need to point your controller to get the best signal. That is not in the Go 4 app. That is a pretty cool feature. We are at 8,000 and doesn't seem to be breaking up. Seems to be doing pretty well. I'm gonna do a little sideways strafe. That's a nice shot. You notice that we're gonna get two completely different looking videos. This is not a video comparison. And if you want to see a video comparison of the Mavic Air 2 with any other drone, let me know. And if I have that drone, I will gladly do that comparison. Now raise it up a little bit. We're going to take it up to 200, 250. See if that gives us a little bit of a better signal. You notice in auto, when I point the camera down, how bright everything gets. When you're flying in this kind of environment and you're really trying to get shots to actually look nice, auto is not really the best way to go. But since we are doing this just as a test, we're going to leave it in auto. We have made it to the islands. We are at 10,000 feet. And you notice where the return to home signal is now. It's way to the right. So we are going to go ahead and probably turn around here in a second, because you can see how far that return to home warning is. I'm going to push it just a little bit to this same little island. We're going to hit the 11,000 feet mark, and then we'll turn around and start bringing it back. But you notice, no breakup. Everything looks great. We're not having any problems. Like, look at that. It's solid. It's very solid. So Occusync 1 versus Occusync 2. That's the question. You can't go any further with Occusync 1. Otherwise, you're going to lose your drone. I'm going to go ahead and start turning it back You notice in the map there, you can see it's starting to do a panning turn, right? We'll bring the gimbal up so we can see what we're doing. I have the gimbal adjusted on this very slow. You cannot adjust your gimbal pitch speed at the moment on the Fly app with the Mavic Air 2. Notice how slow that is. The only way to get that adjustment, oh, there was the first bit of breakup. Did you see that? Getting a little bit of breakup. And so we did get some breakup right there around 11,000 feet. Watch as we get closer, that return to home point should start going back down to the left. I'm glad the winds calmed down because they were gusting pretty good when I started this video. And at that time, I wasn't sure if the winds would be blowing so hard that I'd be taking a big chance to even fight the winds to get back. Now this drone, I still think has enough battery that I could probably fly it over to the Frisco Marina and land it. However, we're not going to try that. Distance isn't the thing. This is not about distance. I've said this multiple times. This is about signal strength. What is the point of flying out 10,000 feet and then looking down and going, oh crap, I only have enough battery to get back? What kind of shot is that to just fly over somewhere and turn around and come back? I do it because I think it's helpful for you. Maybe you have the Mavic Pro Original and you're like, oh, I really want that Occusync 2.0. The connection's that much better. Yet here we are using Occusync 1 and the connection's really no different. I mean, obviously it's different because you can go further with the Occusync 2 because of the battery life. Occusync 1 gets the job done. So it's sort of fun to watch the sliders. The yellow goes down, the timer goes down, but hopefully for those of you who are not aware of what I've been talking about when I say the slider on the Go 4 app is better, now you can see exactly what I mean. A quick glance as I'm flying and I can see that return to home icon, I can see the red, I can see the yellow, and guess what else I can do? I can go in and purposely select different percentages on where I want that yellow to be, where I want that red to be, where I want critical to be, where I want that warning, so I go, oh, I better start heading home. You, as a user in the Go 4 app, have control of that, and I think that's pretty dope. I am actually very interested in possibly just doing a video showing the video of the original Mavic Pro, the Mavic Air, the Mavic Zoom, and the Mavic Air 2, like a side-by-side, 4 squares on the screen of the same exact flight path, just like little 30-second clips to see how far have the cameras gone. Maybe I'll do a 1080, maybe I'll do a 4K, 2 videos like that. If you're interested in that, I think that would be a pretty cool comparison. Let me know in the comments below. I want to take a second to thank everyone who's been following the channel and sharing my videos, because to grow this channel, watching them is one thing, but sharing them is everything. I have 500 videos on this channel. So if you're new here and you're like, oh, I'm waiting for his next video, scroll through some of my old videos. There's some really fun, good content that's not out of date. We're talking evergreen content that you can find on drones, action cameras, just being up here in the mountains as well. And find one you like and share it, because sharing is caring. And here we come, getting back over to where SPINDOWN 2020 will be. And as we get closer, I'm going to take a minute and go ahead and show you guys where the hotel actually is compared to the event itself and how close they are. Look where the yellow slider is now compared to my time slider. It's so nice to just look down and go, okay, we're definitely going to be okay. Here we are at the event, and there I am right down there. And so what we're going to do is show you a quick flyby. We'll keep it up a little bit. Whoop, flying erratic. That is the amphitheater. They host concerts there in the summer. Not this summer though. That building right there and all of that right there. All that is the hotel where we have a block of rooms. If you get one over here, that'd be pretty dope, because you could just sit right there in that table, wake up in the morning and just get out and fly and see that right from your room. Pretty dope, huh? Quickly, you can just walk across that road and through that parking lot, and there's the pavilion that we're gonna have SPINDOWN 2020. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this in and land it. Wow, man, I am really impressed. The Mavic Pro Original held its own and did really, really, really well. Just like that. I'm telling you, go watch that other video. Now, if you're in the market for a drone, you don't have any drone at all, and you can find an original Mavic Pro at a good price, it's still a great buy. As you can see from this video, the signal is great. It can handle pretty much as far as you can go with the battery. I don't recommend flying it that way because you're gonna miss out on some shots you could have got, like panning and doing all kinds of other cool stuff. Keep it closer to home, line of sight, and fly it like you stole it, but don't fly it stupid. If you have a Mavic Pro and you do want to upgrade, and you're considering the Mavic 2 Pro or the Mavic Air 2 or the Mavic Zoom, the Mavic Air is quite the quality drone. DJI has really done a great job with it, and the one thing that I actually thought I was going to hate the most is the thing I love the most about the Mavic Air 2, and that is the new controller. It blew my mind that I didn't hate it. I actually thought I was going to hate it. If you guys have other questions about the Mavic Air 2 or any of the other DJI drones that I possibly own, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to answer those in an upcoming video. And until then, we'll see you in the next one. And remember, sharing is caring. If you like this kind of content, hit that thumbs up, make sure you've hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.